My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Sinbad Legend of the Seven Seas. And this movie was straight to video. It got bad reviews, and nobody ever talks about it. So maybe it was just low expectations, but I was surprised at how much I enjoyed this movie. This was a first time watch, and I can see myself going back to this movie time and time again. I had a complete blast. So let's begin talking about the cast. And Brad Pitt as Sinbad did a real great job. He brought plenty of personality to this character, and he sells you on every character beat of his. But then we've got Catherine Zeta-Jones, who is the standout. She is amazing in this movie. She's tough, she's a badass, she takes no shit from anyone, but she can also be really sweet and charming, and I thought she was so well written, and she just highlighted every aspect of this character perfectly. Michelle Pfeiffer, I thought, was great as well. She's barely in the movie, but boy, does she leave an impact. She kind of reminded me of Ursula in The Little Mermaid, and I just loved how manipulative she was, how menacing she was, and despite not doing much, she stands out as the villain. Joseph Fiennes is also barely in the movie, but he really stands out as well. His character was well written, and he elevated him in every sense. And then we've got Dennis Haysbert, who I thought did a pretty good job as well. So the entire cast is a real strength, and I was surprised by the heavy focus on character in this movie. Sinbad's character arc is so well written and thoughtful and surprisingly emotional. Like when we get to the climax of this movie, I was actually moved by everything going on. And I also love all the different relationships in this movie. The friendship that has plenty of history and depth to it, but also the relationship that forms, I thought felt genuine. And I love how this movie explores this guy. Like, can he be a hero despite being a thief? Can one person truly change? And how love brings out the best out of us. There was plenty of thematic depths to everything going on, and it still delivers on everything you want in a good old fashioned adventure story. This movie, they encounter monsters, they encounter different environments, and it's very exciting and thrilling when it needs to be. It's very romantic, it can be sweet, charming, emotional, it can be very funny. The one dog side character really does stand out. And I thought the score by Harry Gregson-Williams really stood out. This guy is the most underrated composer ever. Nobody ever talks about him, but they really should. His work between this movie and Shrek, Chicken Run, it's all amazing work. Like, simply one of the best. I also thought the animation was mostly good, but we've got a case of Road to El Dorado here. Well, the 2D animation does stand out, but they do use some 3D animation as well, and it's not there yet for this movie. This exists in a post-Shrek world, so I don't know if this one movie just didn't have the budget, if it was a combining of the 2D and the 3D animation, but there are certain creatures that just stick out like a sore thumb and didn't look good. I also do think some of the writing could have been improved upon. For example, when the Book of Peace is taken, all that really seems to happen is that it gets dark, and I would have liked a bit more to it. I would have liked to see a bit more of the villain, and I would have actually liked an extra 10 to 15 minutes of this movie. It would have been also nice if the climax delivered on the action a bit more, but I still really enjoyed this movie. I liked the characters, I loved the voice performances, and it just gave me everything I wanted in a movie like this. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend giving it a chance. So I'll give Sinbad Legend of the Seven Seas a 7.5 out of 10. Okay, have you seen Sinbad Legend of the Seven Seas? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos soon, and Gavin out.